I live in Bennettsville, South Carolina, small town. There's not really a lot that goes on here. Most of it's country living is how I describe it. I'm a mother to 3 boys. 2 of my boys are grown and then I have a 16-year-old that's still home with us. I'm a school nurse. I also work part-time with hospice at the local nursing home, Dundee Manor. My family got COVID back in January. It was right after New Year's. My son was the first to be diagnosed. He had a lot of congestion, fevers, achy feelings. He tested first, then my husband, then my mother-in-law, and then I was the last one to test positive, all within a 7-day period. I was upset, nervous, overwhelmed, I guess is the correct word to use.
Her son was diagnosed first, and he was actually very sick respiratory-wise. He was kind of declining in a way that we really don't like to see, especially in younger individuals. So she was able to talk with me, her and her son, and get some acute care measures underway so that he wouldn't require that ER visit.
When I was able to get with her through telehealth, it made it a whole lot easier. I knew then that I had somebody that I could depend on, I could call with whatever problems we had going on, and she would be able to help us through the process.
CareSouth Carolina is a federally qualified health care center in the PD region of South Carolina. So an FQHC is a federally funded organization that provides comprehensive services to their patients. So CareSouth Carolina utilized telehealth back in the very beginning of the pandemic, back in March, to treat COVID patients and non-COVID patients. We had been doing some telehealth previously, on average only about 5 to 10 visits per month, but now since the COVID-19 pandemic began, we've conducted over 19,400 virtual visits.
I feel like if we wouldn't have had the convenience of having telehealth available, we would have probably been going to the emergency room for our symptoms.
Everyone in their house, was sick, unfortunately, and they couldn't just come out or go to urgent care or come to our clinic. So to have that access, it made things a lot easier, more convenient, and I also think it helped with the anxiety of, oh no, I don't know what to do, what if this happens, what if this happens. It gave them an avenue to ask questions and ease their worries and to talk and discuss what ifs. So Shirley was very, very thankful, and we were able to get her in pretty much immediately thanks to telehealth.
Probably around day 7, my son started to get better. He started getting back to himself, eating, drinking.
They followed the treatment regimen, and it really prevented him from going down a very complex road.
For me, it was a little longer only because I've had some underlying health conditions. For me, it was around day 20. I felt much better. I was still fatigued, but my symptoms were alleviated, so I was able to get back to some normality at that point.
So I think that we've just scratched the surface of possibilities with telehealth in healthcare. I think we're going to see improved patient outcomes, improved patient access, decreased cost. So if you think about sometimes what it may cost a patient just to come to an office visit, there are transportation costs associated, missed work time, there could be child care costs. If you're a caregiver for a family member, you may have to pay someone to take care of that family member. With telehealth, all those costs are erased because you're able to see your provider in the comfort of your own home without worrying about missed time from work, without worrying about transportation cost. I think in the near future, telehealth is going to be the preferred method of care delivery.
Telehealth really stepped in and bridged the gap of medical care for a lot of patients, especially patients who are immunocompromised or who, had children at home and they couldn't just come to the doctor's office, or maybe they weren't either one, they were just scared, which I know a lot of people were. So it really helped bridge the gap and allowed us to get care to patients of all backgrounds and all conditions, so acute or chronic. It really helped us treat efficiently.
She was there when we needed her. She don't know how much that meant to have her be available when we needed her in that moment of uncertainty.